Hello you guys, and welcome to a short video about me giving you tips and tricks about streaming in this oversaturated streaming world, and you are confused and lost in the forest and sea. I'm here to help you. So, you might be confused, right? Let's say you are a console streamer and you want to start putting pretty backgrounds and overlays. You might be like, Emmy, how do I do that? Or maybe you're a new streamer and you want to stream for fun and you don't know where to start because everything's fucking confusing. Allow me to help you. So, in order to stream, either using pretty backgrounds, overlays, using donation alerts and sounds, all of those cool stuff that streamers usually have, you need to go from console to PC. If you're already on PC, then our first step is to find a program that you can run through to another website of your choice, i.e. Twitch, YouTube. I don't know anything about Kick, so I'm not going to be talking about Kick in this video. I'm only going to really be referring to YouTube and Twitch, because those are the two major live streaming platforms. So, you've chosen your desired website, Twitch or YouTube. Now it's really simple. We need to choose the program to run our gaming feedback in so it can read it through the website. Okay, well, Emmy, which one do I choose? When I Google, what do I use for streaming? Two options pop up, Streamlabs OBS and OBS Studio. Are they the same thing? Is there differences? Is one better? Well, I'm going to talk about my personal opinion and preference in this video from somebody who has used both programs on both platforms and have saw major differences between the two. So, should you use Streamlabs or OBS? Well, what are the two major differences between Streamlabs and OBS? First of all, we need to talk about and break down. I'm going to do it in the most simple way possible, because if I start going too deep into it, I'll ramble and it'll get confusing. So I am going to say, as simply as possible, you have a variety of options for both streaming platforms, and both streaming platforms have its strengths and weaknesses. Or not streaming platforms, streaming programs. For example, if you're a super new beginner, Streamlabs OBS is probably gonna look like a better option than OBS Studio. Why? Because the UI is a lot more simplified, I guess, and it's a little bit easier for new streamers to kind of recognize where everything is. They make it a little bit more simple for streamers to kind of like do their setup. If you're somebody who doesn't know what scenes are or sources, if you don't know how to use your scene transitions, if you're having trouble with your settings, usually Streamlabs OBS has things laid out in a way that makes it a little bit easier for you. And if you're super brand new and you download OBS Studio first, you're looking at it and it looks daunting. It's like, what is this program that looks like it's from 1991? Yeah, it can be confusing. So I am gonna say that if you're a first baby streamer, you've never touched any of these streaming programs before in your lifetime, you're probably, when you download OBS Studio, are probably gonna need multiple tutorials explaining different things. So I do want to say right now before we begin, if you leave this video with the thought of, I want to download OBS Studio, but I don't know what's going to happen, you can leave a comment down on this video below, or in my Discord. I'll leave a link in my description of this video with my Discord. I have a streaming help desk channel, basically, where you can ask as many questions as you need, and I'd be glad to help you. That's also where I'll post videos more frequently about small tips and tricks and things about each thing, but whatever. I'm going rambling. So there's one thing. Do you care about simplicity, and do you care about how the program looks on your end? Obviously, because nobody else can see this but you. So think about that. Another thing that I need to talk about is the CPU usage. Now, if you're a normal streamer, a flesh tuber, if you will, meaning you're using a camera, or maybe you're not using a camera at all, you're just doing gameplay, you're not really running a lot of programs. Let's say you're the most bare minimum PC usage. meaning you just have your program up and you just have your game up and the website where you're streaming. Okay, that's it. If that's all and you have a pretty good PC, you can still use Streamlabs OBS and it's okay. If you prefer the way it looks and everything is running good. However, I do have to very, very, very big warning you guys that I have a pretty decent PC. And I'm a VTuber, so when I stream, you guys don't see it on my end. All the programs I have up. I have Mix It Up Bot, I have VTube Studio, I have the stream avatars up, I have the game up, I have the streaming program up. I have a lot running at one time. And sometimes even then, it usually runs smoothly, but then sometimes when games are too heavy in performance, OBS will lag through its display, not on my end, but through the OBS display, which means that when it goes through the streaming platform, on stream, it'll be lagging. I might not notice it because it's not lagging on my end, but it's definitely lagging on stream. It's a problem that I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm using OBS, and OBS has one of the best CPU usages. It uses the least amount of CPU possible, and you can go in your settings and fiddle with it and make it even better for your personal PC performance. Streamlabs OBS, I have discovered that it doesn't matter if you set your settings down as low as possible. That streaming program, I don't know why I want to keep calling it a platform. That streaming program uses so much CPU that even if you have a good PC, as soon as you start running VTube Studio and the video game, gone, tanked. Everything is crappy and you're pushing your CPU a little bit too hard for what I think is not for, you don't need to. Another thing that we can talk about is the pricings of these things. So OBS Studio is free, completely free for everybody. It's an open source program that has a big community behind it, and you usually can find a lot of help. Streamlabs is free to use, but you can't get all the premium features without a paid subscription, which is incredibly pricey in my opinion at $149 a year. So if you have a small budget, if you're really tight on money, as I am, go with OBS, do it. Because all of those premium features that you get on Streamlabs, here's a little bit of a tip. The community is so kind that most of those premium features are free on OBS. So that goes into my next thing. Features and tools of the program. Streamlabs has a few more features than OBS does. However, it lacks some features that many streamers and content creators might like. And I personally prefer the OBS Studio in this way too, because not only is the community so kind and loving, usually, like, everybody helps each other out, gives out these plugins for free, but the fact that you can even just use plugins that are compatible with OBS saves you so much time and struggle and sadness and tears. So Emmy, which one do I use? This is up to you. I've named some of the major differences between the two. Streamlabs uses way more processing power than OBS. So if you have a small PC that's not doing so good anymore and it's made from 1981, let's not use Streamlabs because it will explode your PC. However, Streamlabs is okay to use if you're not a VTuber or not going to be running multiple programs at one time and you think your PC can handle it. It's more than fine. If you're a super baby beginner and you don't really want to look up a bunch of tutorials on how to figure things out, Streamlabs is probably a better thing just to at least download the program, get yourself familiar with all the terms of the program, because when you go from Streamlabs to OBS, it's going to be the same terminology. So if you just want to use it to like look around, kind of play with things, play with the program a little bit, get yourself situated without looking up shit ton of tutorials, I think that's a good idea. However, again, I probably don't recommend streaming through it unless you have a good PC that can handle a lot of CPU usage. Another thing that you have to think about is OBS is an open source freeware program, and Streamlabs developers are not. So OBS usually has some programs that either Streamlabs does have, and it was made for the community, meaning like, so let's say I don't know, there's a plugin that you saw that Streamlabs has. Well, now there's a plugin, OBS has it. What I'm trying to say is anything that you see on Stream Elements or Streamlabs, sorry, is probably on OBS. One question that I get a lot is, Emmy, how do I get my chat on OBS Studio? How come I can see chat on Streamlabs and not OBS? Simple, my loving little cutenesses. Use Stream Elements first of all, that'll help you, and I think you can also just literally drag your chat from the website into OBS. So remember, it's not as complicated as it seems, just keep that in mind. Also remember that OBS is completely 100% free, the community is kind, the developers are kind, Streamlabs is free, but if you want all the cool special stuff like overlays and stuff, $19 a month or $140 a year is going to be required for you to get all the cool fancy stuff. If you're somebody who's on a budget and you can't afford that, but you want all the cool fancy overlays, might I recommend looking on Etsy, or you can outsource artists to kind of work with you on your budget to see maybe you can find an artist that's within your budget. There's also a really kind community of people on Twitter that share a lot of sources for free. You can go to Booth and they give you sometimes some stuff for free. So just kind of look around in the community, but know that there's always a way, and you don't have to just get frustrated and give these people $140 a year. Also, please note that just because it's called Streamlabs OBS and OBS Studio does not mean they are the same thing. They are two completely different apps. So I'm just like going around in a circle basically. And if I continue to go farther than this, then I'm going to get into the realm of territory of just basically giving you an OBS tutorial. So if you guys are confused about anything regarding your beginning baby steps of streamer times, please let me know again in the description below, or join my Discord and we will help you out. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this video with my take is use OBS. Again, if you're in my circle of chat and friends and community and you need help, we are here to help you. If you're confused about OBS, I'm here, I can help you. But I really don't recommend Stream Elements. I have a lot of streamer friends that start out using Stream Elements, and then they always message me, usually when they're having their stream. Emmy, my stream crashed. Emmy, my stream is lagging. Emmy, I don't know what to do. There's a lot of complexities that come into trying to figure out the best settings for your stream, with the bit rate, which also coincides with your internet speed. But at the end of the day, even if your internet speed is great and you fix all your settings, sometimes you might notice it's still lagging, it's still crashing, and it's probably because Streamlabs uses way too much CPU in my opinion for the program that it is. However, it is very simple, so if you don't want to look up tutorials, then it's probably better. But I really don't recommend diving into it all. I used both programs before in my streaming times. OBS has been the nicest to me, and the one has given me the least amount of problems in my streaming experience. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and again, let me know any questions, or just follow this channel for more updates on tutorials on OBS. Thank you and bye bye bye.